The Woman in Yellow, Part 1. I was only about 20 years old when I got married in 1940. Not very long after the marriage, I moved into my husband's rented home in Insane, Yangon. It wasn't very crowded back then, so Insane was almost like a village. The house we lived in was a 2-story wooden house. We lived upstairs and the landlady's family lived downstairs. We were invited for tea by the landlady on the day we arrived. We had tea and tea leaf salad, and overall, we had a very nice conversation with the family for quite some time. The owners were just the two of them, the old mother and her daughter. The old lady explained that she used to have another daughter, but unfortunately she passed away during childbirth about 3 years ago. After a very long conversation, we finally went back upstairs and noticed that it was quite dark already. Next morning, I felt nauseous and feverish because of the tea and tea leaf salad I had the day before. That day, the landlady's daughter brought me lunch and stayed with me while my husband went to work. Even after resting the whole day, I didn't feel better and was very unwell when my husband came back in the evening. The fever kept rising with time, and sometimes I would even lose consciousness. And when I do, I could see a woman who was wearing all yellow with her hair down, standing still with her back at me. The fact that I could only see her back and not her face was very frightening. My husband called for a doctor since I wasn't getting well, but my sickness didn't improve and I kept getting high fevers and convulsions at night. The woman in yellow was always there every time I lost consciousness. On the second day, my husband was very worried and he took a day off from work. He stayed at home to take care of me. Something strange about my illness is that nothing seems to be wrong with me until the fever comes round again and I lose consciousness and I black out. I was having mood swings and it felt like someone was watching me all the time. I didn't tell my husband about the woman in yellow because I thought I was overthinking about a normal dream. The doctor didn't see anything unusual, so he only prescribed a few pills for my fever and advised me to stay warm and eat healthily. That afternoon, when my husband wasn't around, something unusual happened. I was dozing off in my bed when I heard someone enter the room. I didn't open my eyes to see who it was because I thought it was just my husband. The footsteps dropped beside my bed. A moment later, I felt a cold hand grab my foot. I screamed and sat up, but no one was there. I didn't realize then that all of it was just the beginning of something sinister. The fever wasn't high the whole day now, probably because of the pills that the doctor gave me. But I still had rises of temperature when the evening comes, and then I would lose consciousness. And the woman in yellow, with each time I saw her, I noticed that she was getting closer. However, still my husband and I thought that this was just an ordinary fever. Sometimes I saw a shadow lurking outside. I would ask my husband to go and see, but he never saw anything or anyone. He thought I was having feverish dreams. On the second night, what's more strange is that we started hearing footsteps on the roof. That night, I got up from bed to take the pills and happened to look across the street from the window. And there she was. Under the lamppost was the same woman in yellow from my dreams, standing with her back at me. I called out to my husband to quickly come and see, but then the woman had already vanished. I was confused and taken aback by what I saw. Just then, without any blowing wind, the door slammed shut,